Wingcast, a production of shared experiences about empowerment, gender equality, and tackle discrimination. Now on Earth.
Hi there, I'm Melanie, and our co hosts with us today, Danica and Sam. Welcome to our first episode, and well,
There's no better way to start this program than with some of our special guests from Blue River. We have Lindsey Nix. She's our Vice President of Partner Success, and also Iglianna Gonzalez, and she's our Employee Success Manager here at Blue River. Hi, ladies. Good morning. Thank
Hi
you
there.
for joining us today. How are you doing today, Iglianna? Lindsey, tell us.
Doing great.
We're doing
Excited to
great.
be here.
Same here.
great, thank you. We're very happy to have you here with us today. In today's episode, we will talk about Wincast and Win, along with its history and importance. So, Sam, I know you are one of the first members to join this initiative. Could you please share with us a bit more about the origins?
Absolutely. So I'm sure that Lindsay and Igliana remember that back in March in 2020, women across the country got gathered in solidarity supporting the first national women event called A Day Without Women. And this is where it all started, that precise day. Blue River and its members fully supported equality in the workplace today. And today we stand with everyone, our brothers and sisters, our mothers and fathers, our friends, and of course, our teammates.
Well, nowadays, for us, Win is a different take on adding value to our community. This project is intended to help promote inclusion, diversity, and gender equality within the workplace. Sam, you mentioned how this initiative started 3 years ago. Surely it has transformed since then. Maybe Lindsay can share a few words on how this initiative has evolved with the time.
Sure, it certainly has evolved since we started, and it's really designed to do just that. We really started this group from a place of listening and just really sparking conversation. So at the time the group was formed, a lot was happening, for around women in Mexico, and really we all just wanted to understand how we could help. So we asked. We started a small group to ask just that very question. Are you okay? What are you going through? And how can we help? So over time, this group has really continued to just ask that question of, how can we help? And how do we learn from one another? This has evolved really into being an incredible group of people, asking questions, challenging each other, coming up with new and wonderful ideas. We're really focusing on creating opportunity and representing diverse voices, opinions, and various needs.
Yes, definitely. I think you nailed it when you mentioned that it's about representing minorities and new voices. And it is actually, I've been a part of WIN since 2022, and I've seen how it has evolved and promoted voices to causes that contribute towards a more inclusive community. For example, WIN has promoted Cuartos Vacíos, which is a project that intends to bring awareness in the disappearance of children and women in Mexico. It has also brought attention to the importance of female representation within the IT and science industries. So I guess for me personally, the importance that WIN gives to the causes and people that make a change in the world is actually what made me want to be a part of WIN. So in your case, Igliana, what has been your greatest experience while being a part of WIN?
Um, I don't mean to be biased here as I run that, well, I kind of run that project personally, but I would say Laboratoria. Laboratoria is one of our greatest projects within WIN, one that has made a great impact in our community. We have supported with different programs within Laboratoria, which are let's say, the mentorship towards the resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and HR mock interviews. And we also have helped out with tech mentorship with technical monkey interviews, guiding throughout the job application process from our tech guys, directly paired up with one of those amazing women that have been in the laboratoria bootcamp. And I would say that one, I mean, each program has done a great impact, but that one is one that has impacted the most, I'd say, because we normally coach from all of those women, those who have been struggling for around 3 months to actually get their first IT job. So along this time, we have already mentored around 32 women, from which around 80% of them have actually had an offer from an IT job while being coached by one of our guys. So I'd say that's huge, that's great impact, that's actually trying to make a difference, and of course helping out with the gender gap as well in the IT industry.
I definitely agree with you. And I believe, Melanie, you were a mentor in that program, right?
Yeah, that's right. I had an incredible experience being part of Laboratoria Collaboration. It was a privilege to serve as a mentor for two talented women who were enrolled in the UX UI bootcamp in that moment.
Also, I'd like to jump in. I feel that our
Hmm.
greatest experience in general being in WIN is that we are being educated, we are learning, and in return, we are sharing this information. If you really think about it, we live in a world that a lot is happening around us, yet we know very little. And just, having to have this initiative to provide that awareness and to make that change is just simply amazing. And so, Lindsay, I have a question for you. Why did you decide to support this initiative? Is there a particular reason or a particular project that caught your attention in wanting to join?
Sure. So I think what we all have in common is that we all come from a place of wanting to help, which is just such a great way to connect. But when we look around at the world, it's really hard to know where to start. So personally, I joined to learn, to hear the stories and challenges, try to identify areas where I might be of service, where our leadership might be of service, and where our company might ultimately be of service in some of these areas. Everyone brings different things to the table, and it's really amazing to see what a group of truly inspired people can accomplish when they're all connecting and working together. So
I agree. I agree. It's a truly dynamic team, creative minds just everywhere, and it's amazing. And what moment during this time of this initiative, Lindsay, has made you feel so proud? Any event in particular, like Igliana mentioned, her time at Laboratoria, she's just so proud of the entire initiative. Now, what would be yours, Lindsay?
yeah, I would say we had a lot of roundtable discussions along the way, and being able to just sort of hear different perspectives, the challenges and things that people have been through and their families have been through. That was really enlightening for me as everyone was kind of coming together and sharing some pretty vulnerable things. The honesty and transparency that everyone has brought to the group has been really incredible. I'm also incredibly proud of the work that's been done within Laboratoria too, because that's meant so much to so many people. It's amazing how much just a little bit of support, a little bit of mentoring, and how far that can really go. It really does go such a long way in trying to be able to create new paths and new opportunities and things too. So I'd say for me, it's around the conversations we've had, the dialogue we've had, and then the partnerships that we've had with organizations to kind of bring together our mission and their needs.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm sure Danica as well has something she'd like to state.
Yes, I think as Lindsay mentioned, it all comes down to learning, but also educating. And Igliana once mentioned that information is power. So, although I'm really proud of all the causes and all the projects that we've done, I do believe that this podcast and the podcast being a way of providing a platform and a voice to the causes and the people that actually need it, and make this world a better place is definitely one of the things that I'm really proud of. Yeah. And you, Melanie?
Same as you, Zanika. I have to say that I'm really happy of being part of Win Initiative and part of this podcast, this first podcast. So yeah, I agree with you. And talking about experiences inside the Win community, I would like to share a Win's member response to a recent survey we did in the following question. And it's the next one. What changes have you seen in WIN's members? In response, one participant wrote, everyone is very involved and mature. I really like the spirit of the group. There is an openness to ideas and feedback. I really like what they wrote. Um, Now, I would like to hear from you, Igliana. What changes have you seen from members that are part of the WIN initiative?
I would say that pretty much that. Of course, our goal is to educate and share information because information is power.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
of course, we as members don't know it all. So it's been an internal growth as well as members. We have definitely increased our empathy towards others and other thoughts and ideas, pretty much what Lindsay was saying a few months ago. So I would say that's the most important thing I've seen within our members, within our group members. They're open to sharing ideas. They're open to agreeing to disagree because it's not always
Hmm.
being right. It's just listening and looking to different perspectives of a subject. So I'd say that's something that I've seen within all of our group members.
And can you share some of the WIN initiatives, accomplishments, and upcoming projects with us, Iglana?
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
yep.
We have different projects ongoing. Um,
Yeah.
right now we have this incredible podcast where we're participating, of course. We are working with infographics and trying to share more information that would raise some awareness towards gender and diversity, gender equity, I'm sorry, diversity, inclusion, all that. We would like to have talks with experts within the company.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
we're working very, very hard to have different projects ongoing that will start by doing that, raising awareness and educating people, or at least opening perspectives to those subjects.
Thank you, Igliana. I'm sure that for the next monthly meeting, we'll have
Hmm.
much more ideas that will just eventually turn into projects. And, everyone, all of our listeners, our monthly meetings happen, the last Thursday of the month. Everyone is welcome to join. Today, we focused our topic on the Initiative and its evolution. So, Lindsay, I know that WIN is so near and dear to our heart. So, tell us why. Why would you like for the WIN community to grow and who can participate?
Sure. So, really, WIN is designed to be open to everyone. Really, the more voices, the more participation, the more perspectives, the better we can be. The more impactful the projects, the more impactful the work. Really, we are looking for participation and involvement from lots of different backgrounds and perspectives to be able to help us drive our mission. So, it's definitely open to everyone.
Great. And is there any specific person, Lindsay, that they can reach out to join, or just get in contact, or just quickly drop a message down in the group, and we could, I'm sure, find someone that could help us. But Lindsay, anyone in specific that maybe you would tell the person to go to join the group?
Sure. I would say Igliana is a great resource to reach out to. She's kind of been at the helm of a lot of our meetings and helping us to stay organized. And so I would definitely say she can point someone in the right direction to be able to join.
Great. And do you feel that being a part of WIN has created an impact on you? And if so, how?
Yeah. So Win has actually really opened my eyes in a number of different ways. Namely the power of how, when we really focus our collective inspiration, great things can really happen. The needle can move, lives can change. connections can be made, and really just how inspiration is contagious. It's been really great to watch and participate in that. So I would say that's been the major takeaway for me so far.
I like that. I like that. Lives can change. That's a pretty good motto right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely, and I think the fact that, as you mentioned, Lindsay, that win and how it helps us to open eyes is something that sometimes we are very unaware of the privileges that we have, and because of this, we miss the opportunity to see the discrimination, inequality, and the lack of opportunities that individuals within our communities have to face. So, Igliana, why do you think it is important for all of us, despite our privileges, to talk about these problems?
I'd say because, well, the main reason is giving visibility and raising awareness to these subjects. I mean, that's the goal.
Right.
But it also helps to actually, I mean, even though we have privileges, this helps creating a conversation and helps opening our perspective to others' privileges or um, others' perspective from their context, speaking from their context, you know. So I would say that's why it is important because it opens a conversation, it creates empathy, and it helps us have a better overview of the subject together as a team.
Definitely.
Lindsay, considering our recent expansion into Blue River, I have a follow-up question. How will this benefit our win initiative, the growth within the company?
Yeah, so it's a really exciting time for us as a company and subsequently as a group as well. This is a team of people that really thrive on diversity and new ideas, and so a growing team is just excellent news because it means that we'll have new perspectives and we will continue to improve as we grow. There's still a lot of work to be done. And a lot of opportunity. And these are not things that we want to do alone. We really want to invite the participation of, all sorts of different people. These are not things that we're meant to solve on our own. So it's great news for us to grow our team and grow this group and be able to see what other things, we can do when we put all of our resources and energy into it.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Lindsay.
I agree, and I think it's this also sums up what we've been saying throughout this episode. That after all, what we're aiming to do is to grow and open our perspective. Sorry, so Sherry Apodaca, our Chief Operation Officer, has some words to share with us about WIN and the expansion.
As I look back on WIN, what it means to me, and what I hope it means or can mean to others. WIN was created to bring awareness to issues around women and to remind all of the importance of women in society, in our families, in our industry, and in our company. WIN started out as a roundtable discussion on International Women's Day a few years ago. The topic was bringing awareness to the senseless violence and killing of women around Mexico. WIN still has women at its core, but it has come to mean so much more. It is about bringing not only women, but bringing diversity into our society, into our families, in our industry, and into our company. It is proven that the more diverse an organization is, the more successful it is. People who are different bring different ideas, bring different experiences and perspectives that we can all draw upon, if we are open to it. WIN brings a forum for us to put an emphasis on diversity, on education, on tolerance of others. It puts a focus on bringing more women into technology and empowering women to be all they can to help them overcome familial or societal barriers. That is why we created WIN. What do we want to do with it in the future? How can we use WIN to impact a broader audience? Obviously, we can try to get more people involved. We can do more than just I. But how do we do that? A broader audience. How do we reach more people? This podcast is one way, bringing awareness to issues around women and diversity. It can come through partnerships with our clients, partnering with local organizations in Mexico and in the U.S., Laboratoria is a great example of that partnership. WIN has supported close to 100 women find careers in IT. What are some of my personal goals for WIN? To touch the lives of more people in and out of the company. But how do we do that? That is where you come in. We need more people to join and help with the movement. So I ask you to be a part of it and help others. Invite others to join the cause.
Those are such fitting words from Sherry. And before ending today's episode, Lindsay, Igliana, do you have any last comments you'd like to share with our viewers?
Um, yeah, I would encourage you to participate to Win Project if you're not a part of it yet. Um, it's a great project. We are always open to new ideas, and we're actually really wanting new ideas within the group. So yeah, I would encourage everyone to join, and if not to participate in any way they can. I mean, I know that not everyone can join our meetings or can join our projects, but for example,
Mhm,
if you have a chance to participate as a tech mentorship for Laboratoria, please do
mhm,
it. If you have a chance to participate as a job application mentor for Laboratoria, please do it. If you have a chance to donate to one of the causes that we normally share, please do it. I mean, if that's in your possibilities, that's definitely something that will create great impact within our community and within our world, as it says in our mission statement, right? So yeah, let's just be rich. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
nice.
well put. I would just add to that, it's there are lots of different ways to participate as well. Attending the monthly meetings, as Igliana was saying, there are other levels of participation too. But a great place to start would be just to come to one of the monthly meetings and kind of hear some of the projects that we have that are going on. If something really sparks an interest, then feel free to participate in those kinds of things and get more and more involved. But level of participation can certainly vary. But that's a
Mhm.
great place to start. So Igliana can share the monthly meeting, invite with anybody that's interested, and we'd love to just sort of get feedback and hear from everyone.
Absolutely great. As you all heard, the WIN community has done quite a lot and keeps on doing so. We are evolving, we are growing. We've spoken about the growth in the community, we've spoken about the challenges we've had, the initiatives, and the accomplishments. And so, thank you.
Thank you, and don't forget to join us in our next episode where we will be talking about the crucial role that Latin American women play within the IT industry, the challenges they have to face, and how and why we should help to tackle these issues.
And thank you all for joining us today. Don't forget to follow us on social media, YouTube, as well as our Zoom channel. You can find our links below. Have a great day, all of you.